Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about how do you start a conversation. So both online and offline. So if you are in your network marketing business, then you'd like to know you'll be connecting with new people. So we'll be talking about a conversation with a stranger, not with your friends and family members. That will be covering in a separate video. But today's discussion is about how do you start a conversation with a stranger. Let's say you are out and about, you met someone at a shopping mall or a superstore, or you are having kind of you are sitting next to each other on a bus. So we everyday basis we meet new people or we come across new people. Okay, now during this lockdown time we know that that one-to-one physical kind of interaction and meeting with new people was a bit of a restricted, but slowly we are again going back, and things are opening up. And so how do you connect with those people physically? Then we'll discuss about how do you connect with people online. Okay, so that means you are connecting with someone on Facebook, LinkedIn, you have someone's WhatsApp number you are messaging. So we'll talk about those aspects of connecting someone online as well. How do you start a conversation? So let's deep dive into how do you start. So let me share my screen and then we will go through the quick kind of pointers here. So now you see, how do you start a conversation with a stranger or online and offline? Okay, so now let's understand what is or who is a stranger. So stranger is a person you haven't yet met or you haven't yet started to build a relationship and rapport with that person. Okay, that's a stranger. So that means the people who you know already right now in your connection or contact list, probably you met them somewhere. Okay, so we all born one day, came out of our mother's womb. We didn't know anyone. The first person probably hopefully we met is your mom or our parents, and then other people. And so everyday basis we meet people. So that means whoever we think that they are friends today, once upon a time they were all strangers to us. Okay, so that means people or the friends who we haven't yet met, they are called the strangers. Okay, so now how do you connect with them? How do you start a conversation with an intention? Because why do you start a conversation? Well, yes, back of the mind you think that, okay, once I become a friend, okay, this is very important, that once I become a friend with someone, then how do I talk to that person about my business? Okay, so first is the friendship and then the business. Okay, first is the rapport relationship and then comes the business. Okay, so first you give before you take. Okay, so that's an amazing concept, which I'm just reading a book called Give and Take as well. It's an amazing book that I understood few concepts from that book as well. So let's now understand that before you start a conversation, this is very important. Before you start a conversation, the mindset, what you need to have, it plays a very important role. Mindset, what does that mean? So that means physically, if you want to do something, before you do anything physically and mentally, mind comes first. So that means you have to make sure that your mental state, your attitude, and what should be the attitude, what should the mindset, that it has to be very clear. So mindset is not to talk to anyone, okay, about the business. Okay, your mindset is not, okay, this person is going to join my business, it will be my downline or my customer. So you do not think that way. Okay, that's extremely important. And when you have that thought process, then you may be panicking. Okay, you don't want to do that. Okay, because you are not looking for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. So you are looking for the people who are identical or who match with your mindset, thought process, who can be a part of your business community, or who can be your customer as well. Okay, so not everyone and in this world will be your customer or business partner. That's very important. Okay, so mindset is, I want to say someone hello. Okay, I want to start a conversation with someone. Okay, I don't know where this conversation will lead me to, but my objective is to start a conversation. That is the mindset. Okay, And the second concept of how do you develop a mindset or a positive mindset and you overcome the fear is by self-talk. Okay. So I remember, until now as well, if I'm talking to anyone, I'm going to talk to anyone, then I do an internal self-talk. Okay. What is a self-talk? You talk about, okay, every day I meet sharp and ambitious people. People are joining in my business, or every day I meet new people, and people are just lining up to get started as my downline. So this is self-talk. When you talk, okay, so what you do is you manifest. So that means you're just sending some vibration into the universe, okay, and the whole universe acts on your favor of whatever you want to manifest. It acts in such a way to manifest that. Okay. So, but you will instantly, now take my word for it, you will instantly see the difference in your own attitude when you talk the things what you want, the way you want it. Okay. So that's very important. Okay. So self-talk is a amazing tool all of us have in our toolbox to use it for in our own business, personal life, professional life, everywhere. Okay. So that's quite important. It's self-talk. So so I would suggest that to have a bit of a self affirmation or self talk before even you are going to physically talk, or even off online as well. If you are talking to anyone, have a self talk. Okay, let that attitude be there, that okay, I am going to help someone. Okay, so in the self talk, just include that statement that I'm helping people. Okay, in every day I'm meeting sharp and ambitious people, and I'm helping them, showing them a way, showing them a path to change their lives, to have them time and money and security. So that is what the benefits, what your business offers. You are offering the same thing, and you are thinking about that person and doing a self-talk for that person. So that is very, very powerful. Okay. So now let's move on to appearance. Okay. Extremely important is your appearance. That means physically. We spoke about mental. Now we'll talk about physical things, what you need to take care of. Okay. Appearance, if you are out and about, it always very, very important. Even if you are online as well, even if you are sitting in front of your computer, in front of your webcam or your laptop and talking to someone on Zoom call, but it's very important that how would you dress up. Okay. So if you dress up shabbily, okay, you will always have the attitude, or you will not have a self-esteem which is at par or may not be at par with that other person. But when you dress yourself up, that means you are feeling confident. Okay. So it's definitely the way you dress has an impact on your attitude, on your mindset. Okay. This is all interlinked. Okay. So first thing is dressing culture. So dress sharp, dress smart. Okay. So you must be wondering, okay, I'm going for a shopping in my local superstore, and why should I dress smart? Okay. Now you are dressing smart not for the other person, but you are dressing for smart or for yourself, for you to have a better self-image. Okay. Not for anybody else, but for yourself. So that is where it's extremely important that you dress up. Okay. Now, I know for ladies as well, I have seen, and I've spoken to my wife as well. She also talks about that when she puts a lipstick on and she dresses up really well as well, her attitude also, increases dramatically. Okay. So her self-confidence goes up. So I think it's for both ladies and guys, it acts the same way. So when you feel good, look good about yourself, you will have a different attitude, about the world and about yourself. Okay. Appearance. And then the next thing about appearance is another thing you wear, which is wearing a smile on your face. Okay. So that means wearing a coat or suit. It doesn't require you to wear a coat and suit and tie and dress that much up, but smartly dressed is good. But more important than that is wearing a smile on your face. That means having a smile, okay, on your face. That is, contagious. What does that mean? So that means when you smile at someone, it will never happen that the other person will not smile you back. Okay. Hardly it will ever happen. Okay. Have you ever noticed, you look at a baby and the baby smiles at you, and what happens? Suddenly you smile back at the baby as well. Okay. That's where the baby, they say that, they spread the joy all over the world because they don't have any worries and they smile at everyone. That's how the reciprocity happens. And that is where when you smile at someone, that means you are feeling good about that other person. You are giving something. Okay, when you give something, then reciprocity, the law of reciprocity happens, and then that person wants to give back to you. Okay, and that is called smiling back at you. Okay, so it's very, very important that having a smile. Even they say that when you are talking to anyone on the phone as well, I know somehow if you smile and that person could hear that, even if you are smiling, you're okay, you are not laughing, you're smiling, that doesn't have a sound, but that person could hear your smile as well. That means that feeling gets transmitted across. Okay, that's very, very important. Okay, it gives you confidence as well, and it breaks the barriers. Okay, if somebody is a grumpy looking person, when you smile at that person, what happens? Every all the barriers breaks. So that's very important, that smiling, having a smile on your face. Okay, the next thing is establishing the connection. Now, physical, mental thing we discussed now is the time for action. That means you are met someone, for example, we're talking about somebody physically and offline. You met someone. Okay, and then you broke the barrier. That means you just smile at someone, you have a eye contact, you smile at someone. You may be asking, okay, if I do not smile, or that person doesn't look into my eyes, then what? Okay, that's also fine. So what you do is you have to in that case see how you can create a bit of interruption. Okay, interruption means what? Okay, so interruption means when you are, let's say, out and about, let's say you are in a party, having an interruption. Okay, just asking that person about hey, let's, for example, in a party, hey, are you a friend of this guy? If you are in a birthday party. Okay, recently, last weekend I was in a birthday party. I was trying to connect with me people there at the birthday party. Okay, new people. Okay, so what did I do? Okay, my son was there. He was in the party, and there are other parents there, and I said, okay, hey, I'm here for a party, and my son is so and so. And how about you? Your son or the daughter? Probably is he or she is here. Your parent of who? So then that person, okay, I am the dad, or I am the mom of this person, that person. So we started a conversation. So it's very, very important that you break the ice. Okay, how will you break the ice? You will not break the ice without any physical any physical connection, or any kind of breaking if you are not having a conversation, or not smiling at someone, you will not be breaking the ice. Okay, that's very important. Okay, so now you start a conversation could be anything, but always that ambience where you are, make sure that that is where you start a conversation, or you take that into consideration when you start a conversation. So that means a birthday party, then that birthday party should be the starting point. Okay, now if you are in a shopping mall, or in a shopping center, or a supermarket, then supermarket is, for example, you are picking up a cheese, and you have someone, you see someone next to you on a cheese aisle. So what do you do then? Okay, you can start a conversation. Okay, hey, yeah, have you tried that cheese? This is organic cheese. Have you ever tried that? What happens? You just smile. You're saying that that person may say, yeah, no, I haven't tried, or say, yes, I tried. That is good. But if that person, so what if that happens here is you are breaking the barrier now, and this it may lead to a conversation, which is most of the time it leads to. If the person is not in a good mood, it may happen that a person is deeply in thoughts, and that person is not feeling like talking to anyone, then that's fine, because that day situation, that point situation, you don't know. So that means you started to have a conversation. That person is not in a mood. You can control the other person's mood, but you tried your part, and then that person may not reciprocate. That's fine. You just move on, but you did your part. Okay, so establishing a new connection is when you break the ice and start a conversation. How does it happen in online? You start a conversation by sending a connection request. Got someone's you got connected with someone. Then you start to talk about that person. Okay, so it's not about you, it's about that other person. It's not about me but the other person. Okay, so that means, what do I do then? Online, hey, for example, I got somebody connected, I connected with someone in LinkedIn. Hey John, nice to be connected with you. I see on your profile that you are also into IT, or you are working in this and that. Okay, that IT means, that's my kind of background, so that's why I put IT. It may be you are a teacher, or the person who you are interacting with is a teacher. So that's a profession. You're talking your profession. Why profession? Again, LinkedIn is a professional web portal for professional networking. Okay, so that's where you start a conversation from that profession itself. But for example, so you've got somebody connected on a Facebook group. Okay, now Facebook group, let's say Facebook group again has different objective. Facebook group, let's say for health, like say diabetes, or fitness health group, or whatever, different health different groups. So you start a conversation based on the background of that group. Okay, what does that group stand for? Okay, so it's always very important, the starting a conversation from where you met that person, and the common thing. Okay, and the most common thing in any country you go is the weather. Okay, so that means if you don't find anything about it and you are outside, what do? You talk about weather. Oh, okay, it's raining. Oh, again, it's raining. Okay, now it's sunny. Oh, wow, it's a wonderful weather. It's sunny. Oh, it's too hot. Okay, oh, whatever people appreciate, or people complain, you can start a conversation based on that as well. Okay, so establishing a connection, that means when you are starting a conversation, and then what you are doing is not you are talking about you, but you're talking about that other person. Hey, how's it going? How do you live around here? Or did you like this product? Or your son live. So you are talking about that person, not about you. And then if that person reciprocates, then you take it to the next level, where you will be next level is you are sharing your story. What is that story? So in a conversation, okay, it may dry as well after a certain time. If this person may ask you back and may not. Okay, so if it asks you back, okay, that okay, yes, for example, you have to know how to lead a conversation. Okay, do not ask a question like yes and no type of question, which breaks a conversation, or which ends a conversation. Okay, it should be an open-ended. So that means it should keep it should be going on. Okay, so that's quite important. So so that means asking about yes and no question may not lead a conversation for a longer duration of time. It may start a conversation but may not lead. Okay, it's very important that you ask on open-ended questions. Okay, where you are asking that person for his or her opinion, and asking about that person, and that person can engage in a conversation really in depth. Okay, and then usually the person asks you back, what do you do, or where do you live, or what about your kids, or whatever, your profession. Okay, how about your fitness, and those things. Any questions relating to that, what you ask, usually they ask you back, and then you happen to talk and share about your story. But here comes an important tip here. When you are sharing your story, again, you have to be smart enough to connect in your story, okay, to the next story, which is about your business. Okay, so that means, how do you connect? So everything I try to connect with my business in such a way that the person doesn't feel like I am bringing my business in. For example, let's say on a LinkedIn platform. Okay, I'm talking to someone, and I asked them, okay, what do you do? This guy said, okay, I'm into I work in IT. And then he asked me, what exactly you do? I said, okay, I'm also into IT. My background is also information technology. I used to work for these are the companies I used to work for. Then I say that, okay, but along with my IT career, also I am a successful I have a successful online business as well. Okay, then I do not talk more about my business. Again, What is very important, that you do not talk more about yourself. God has given you 2 ears and one mouth for a reason, and the reason you listen more and talk less. Okay, so then I briefly, but I definitely tell about my business. Let's take for example, in a birthday party, I met someone. Okay, starting a conversation, I am just talking about the birthday party, about the, his or her kid, and then I just take it to the next level. Hey, what do you do? Okay, no, I am a doctor, I am a care worker, I am an accountant, or whatever that is. Then okay, if that person asks me back about what do I do, then I have an opportunity to talk about my business. But if he doesn't ask, they say, okay, oh, that's wonderful. Okay, as a matter of fact, I work with few people from your background in my business. Wow. So that means what you did is, you are saying that if somebody is a doctor, you work with few people who are doctor. So you must be wondering, okay, am I lying? Because I may not have any doctor in my business. No, you are not lying. What you are doing is, through your network marketing company, okay, with thousands and millions of people all around the world in network marketing business and your company, there is definitely, I know for sure, there would be people who are doctor, who are engineer, who similar profession like the other person. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to convey, that I work with few people, with a similar background like you. So okay, so that means in the network marketing industry, I work with people, okay, because network marketing is such a huge industry. Okay, or with my own company which I started, which I'm associated with, I work with a few people from your background. So that I have seen, it works miracles. Okay, and then you share the story, and then you are taking that to the next level, where you are talking about the possibility. So that means you are saying, or keeping that door open, so that that person knows that there is a possibility that he or she can also be involved in the industry, or in the business, or the entrepreneurship journey what you have. So I keep it open. So that means that person, if he's ambitious, is looking for something, looking into entrepreneurship, then he may ask. If he's not ambitious, he's not looking for entrepreneurship opportunities, then he may not ask. Okay, that is also fine, should be fine for me. Okay, but I definitely should now connect with, or convey my message about the possibility of partnership. How do I convey that? Very simple. Okay, if somebody say that, okay, I am into IT as well, but what about you? I said, okay, I have, I am background is also IT, but I also have a very successful online business of mine. I work with few people from your background. And then if the person asks me, okay, what is that all about, then I'll take it to the next level. If it doesn't ask me as well, that is the time when I say, okay, as a matter of fact, just out of curiosity, just wanted to find out that, okay, are you just like me as well, looking for avenues to diversify? Do you have anything in the side, or you're quite occupied with your own job? A lot of time people say, I have seen that as well. Okay, one of my biggest business, somebody, I asked this question, he said, okay, yes, absolutely, I'm looking for something, man, for a long time. What have you got? Okay, what is that you just mentioned about a business? What is that you do? I would love to know about it. And that is where you getting that person to the next level, but letting him know there is a possibility that he can also look into an opportunity. Okay, so that is quite powerful. So this is one way of putting it across, that I work with few people from your background. Okay, or you can share your story. Okay, I have always been looking for, along with my IT career, I always wanted to diversify my income. That's where I also I got started into another online business of mine. Okay, so that is where the conversation leads to a possibility for a partnership. Okay, so hope it made sense to you. Those of you who do not know me, my name is Som Prakash. I am a business coach and a mentor, and I'm also a network marketer. I wrote this book called Launch to Leadership. This is a complete guide for people who wanted to launch their own network marketing business, or they are looking into what kind of a business they want to start. This book, it's a 200 pages book, but it is a guide for everyone, and this is completely free. I'm giving it out to people, for completely free, so that you can learn about how you can build a successful online business. Because about myself, me and my wife together, we have built a good sized business which is now spanning across around 7 different countries in 4 continents, and we are excited about the future in our business. And we are looking forward to help a lot of people as well with our knowledge, our wisdom, whatever we know, to change other people's lives. So if you are also interested, so click the button below to download the ebook. Okay, not the physical book, you can't download it, but you can definitely download the ebook and read through it. If you have any questions, feel free to message me and connect with me. My connection details as well in the book there. But start to read and implement, and let's start to build a big business together. That I am done and over and out until the next video.